So Will Smith finally dropped his apology video, and if you read the comments, he's not going to win an Oscar with it. Many people think it's scripted and it's being acted, but is that so? From my perspective, I think it isn't scripted, and let's watch the video and find out why. It starts a bit odd. Most times when a video starts with a few lines in a boring font, in a white font, normally it's a disclaimer. A disclaimer to make sure nobody will take legal actions against you. And of course, that's not what's happening here. With spoken communication, it's pretty normal that only 20 to 30% of how people receive your message is coming from your mouth. So how you say it. So if you see a thing like this, it doesn't look that handy. Let's go further. When was the last time you heard somebody starting a monologue with a deep breath? I think it was my teacher in 6th grade saying, "You did something wrong." Or it was a manager who said, "Okay, guy, you're fired." Will starts probably thinking, okay, I need to show something which teaches all of us, oh, I'm having a hard time. Yeah, but we are in communication. And the great thing about these kind of apology videos, you are in control. So if you are in control, you can also steer how people think. And you don't want to say things by knowing that there are multiple directions to think. You only want to have people to think one thing, and that's the thing you want to point out. Let's move on.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?
It's strange. Will isn't looking into the camera. It's just not decent. He's sitting there like a school kid who has some fun and knows he will be punished today. But most of all, I think he sounds a bit irritated. I think this wasn't created with a scriptwriter and definitely without a crisis manager, somebody who really helps you getting out of this crisis. Like, for example, the people who helped Bill Clinton with that cigar thing. You know, it's really strange. You are a famous person. King Will, you're falling off your chair, and what are you doing? Maybe they thought, okay, we are from Hollywood. Let's try to create something which is not too flashy or so. Come on, Will. You are famous. And you know one thing, at least half of the world who is watching this video will have an opinion about it. Why didn't you hire someone who really helped you getting that story across? In this stage in the video, we're only 28 seconds ahead. Will hasn't even started answering and already make 4 big communication mistakes. Here's number 5.
Chris, I apologize to you.
I think this apology is not for Chris Rock. This video is about saying sorry to us, to you, to me, to the whole world. A scriptwriter would have sat down with Will and start with, "What do you want to say, Mr. Smith?" And probably he will have said, well, I want to say sorry. I want to say sorry to Chris, to my wife Jada, etc., etc. In the script writing, thinking and writing it down and thinking, well, you already said sorry to Chris. You said sorry to Jada probably 1,000 times already by now. Those are things we can leave out or just mention later. What a scriptwriter will do, he will ask questions and then peel off the onion and try to get a story out of it. Okay, now listen to this Questlove thing.
I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know, it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
This was the moment where Questlove had his moment of fame within the Oscars, and the chances that it will happen again are pretty close to nothing. He ruined it for a bit. So it's really good he mentions that.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No.
Hear that voice. After Jada rolled his eyes, he's Will Smith over here. He's the Will Smith as we know him since the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. With those cheeks, shiny. Have you seen the apology video from David Letterman? It was back in 2009. He had some sexual relations with interns, and he was a really old man. I think even Bill Clinton would have thought, oh, that's a bit of a big gap in years. But what David Letterman did, he was telling a story. It was a story about 9 minutes long, just about what happened with him and how it went and so and so and so. But only after 8 minutes he said, oh yeah, well, this story is about these sexual relationships I had.
And the creepy stuff was that I have had sex with women who work for me on this show. Now, my response to that is, yes, I have.
But it was so typically David Letterman that you almost forgot he had to say sorry. What if this video had started with all those great details and seeing the real Will Smith, at least the Will Smith as we all know him, that guy who once started with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, always happy, always shiny, etc., etc. And then afterwards, there was that moment where he said sorry, and you thought, you're a nice guy. Let's get over with it. Everybody makes mistakes. Come on. But in this video, it all starts in a way like, I have an apology, but.
It hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me.
Oh, the world is against me. How many million people will have thought by watching this video, why? Why are you doing this? Doing an apology, especially when you are ashamed of something, we all know it's one of the hardest things you have to do in life. And it's not only when being famous, but wouldn't it be great if you can make an apology to someone with a little bit of help from a scriptwriter, from a crisis manager who helps you putting this piece of apology together, skipping the parts where probably, for example, when it's your partner, you know she or he will react with, oh no, you just said sorry, but what you're saying right now is that's what's happening here. So, Will, next time, hire someone. Well, that's it for this video. The David Letterman link, I will put that one in the comments so you can watch that again. And if you have anything to comment, please do, and please like this video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.